Hello everyone, this is Luxury PL38. Today's video, it's gonna be a little bit different. It's gonna be outside the box. It's not gonna be a handbag collections or SLG or even fashion jewelry. It's gonna be ready to wear, and I'm gonna showcase the Balmain double-breasted blazer. It is one of the most famous blazer for the past few years. I think Balmain actually started in the 1940s by Pierre Balmain, and the brand itself has always been pushing fashion into a different category itself because it has been so fashion forward, and especially when Oscar de la Renta took over and be the creative director, the fashion of Balmain has been extremely edgy and unique. And I believe Oliver, the current one is Oliver Rousteing, if I'm not mistaken. He actually pushes the double-breasted blazer for the past few years. He keep on pushing it, and he has been gaining so much popularity, and the price itself, it's not cheap. In terms of the blazer, you could be looking around 2,000 to 3,000 Canadian dollars upwards. But the good thing about the Balmain blazer is they always go on sale, because even though the style itself, it's pretty much similar in terms of the blazer double-breasted with the hardware silver or gold hardware. There are 6 buttons here, and there are some blazer with only 2 buttons. The design itself, it is very standard, and it has a very tight waist fitting. However, the color itself is the one that brings out seasonally every year, and also the way they do stitchings on the material itself, which I'm going to show you later, a few examples, a few differences. That's the one that differ for each season. But the good news is June and December, the twice a year seasons sale, Balmain blazer always go on sale during those 2 periods of time. So if you're looking for a Balmain blazer, I would suggest for you to shop around first and wait until June or December. Again, those are the seasonal color that usually go on sale. However, the classic colors, the mostly popular ones are the black double-breasted blazer, and that color usually, even if they go on sale, it's not gonna go by a huge drop as some of these colors do. But the black one are extremely popular, and they usually run out of inventory even during the sale period. Before the sale started, they usually go very low on the inventory. So this is one of my Balmain blazer which I purchased from Net-a-Porter. It is an online company from the States, and one thing I like purchasing from an online company is the items that you purchase mostly are in extremely pristine conditions, because they are an online company. They probably stock the items in the warehouse, so there's not many people actually try or handle the items. So when you get the items itself, it's usually in extremely pristine conditions, unlike purchasing an item from a shop or a boutique in a department store where a lot of people have been trying them, and even so some of the items has been exchanged or returned. So in terms of the online companies such as Net-a-Porter, the case of that happening is extremely low. So when I purchased this, it was I think it was about 30% discount, and I did manage to get it around 1,500 Canadian dollars. Because they are from the States, I need to pay import and custom duties. So all in all, it comes out to just about 1,700 or 1,800 Canadian dollars. And they do give you a spare button, which is one thing good about getting it from an online company. A lot of those stuff that usually comes with the items are usually there. Unlike purchasing it from a shop, there's always 1 or 2 items that's missing. And they do have a back pocket here on the inside, well, not the back but inside pocket, and the hardware itself have the logo Balmain. This particular Balmain is made in Slovakia. Most of the Balmain ready to wear are made in Europe. And there is a button on the inside. So with the Balmain jacket, what you usually do is there's only one button that you can buckle it, which is this one, because the hole for this is for this inside button, and so there's only one button for you to hook it up. So that's the style of the Balmain jacket, and it is extremely tight on the waist because that's the style. However, they do come with 5 smaller buttons on the sleeve itself. That's the gold hardware. So the largest size, I believe it's 48 if I'm not mistaken, and even so the 48, it's extremely hard to come by. And that's the thing about a Balmain double-breasted blazer, because either you love it or you hate it because of the size restrictions. It actually restrict to a certain people, and I'm not trying to judge anyone, but the style itself and the fashion itself, it is towards that kind of category that it does not encompass a larger size. So this is the Balmain blazer in the pink, and I do have another blazer, and this is the one in the pastel green. This is in the silver hardware. So I do have one in silver hardware and one in gold hardware, but you can see the materials. Even though this is cotton, the way they stitches, it looks more like a tweed as compared to the way they make the pink one, which is a very smooth stitching. And that's one thing you have to note, because a lot of the style of the Balmain blazer itself, it's standard. However, the way they stitches actually differentiate between each of the blazer, and I do like this one. It has more like a classic tweed look to it, whereas this one looks more like a very casual daily kind of smooth stitching. So those are the two differences you have to be aware, other than the hardware, whether it's gold or silver hardware. And I actually purchased this from My Teresa. It is an online company based in Germany, and again, it comes in an extremely pristine condition. It does have all the extra button as well. So one thing good about purchasing it from online company, it's always, usually it comes out complete with everything, and it comes in pristine conditions. I actually purchased this for under 1,000 euro, so I did save quite a fair bit, and including custom and import duties coming to Canada, I ended up paying, if you exchange it to Canadian dollars, I ended up paying just around 17 to 18 Canadian dollars. So those two are basically similar in terms of the price that I've paid. And one final Balmain clothes that I have is this dress. This is in black, and I purchased this from an online company called Essence. They are based in Montreal, and they are a Canadian company. They do have a shop in Montreal, so but the majority of their businesses are done online, and they do have a huge sale towards the end of June and December. So I actually purchased this at a huge bargain. It was originally retail for 3,100 Canadian, and I purchased this for 60% off, so that comes out to just over 1,100 Canadian dollars. And I'm gonna show you in terms of what it looks like, because this was actually a huge saving. So this is the style of the dress. As you can see, it is a very nice low cut dress, mini dress with a very tight on the waist fitting. So that's the V-shaped neck. So that's the style of this dress that I purchased, and I just want to show you one final comparison between the three. And it has a back zip. So in terms of the hardware itself, this is in gold hardware, but the most important thing that I just want you guys to be aware of is the different kind of stitching for the clothes. Even though they are all 100% cotton, but this has that kind of like a tweed look to it, and this has got a very smooth kind of stitching. And that one itself has got a very vertical line. I'm not sure if you can see that it has that kind of vertical stitches that goes 45 degree. So those are the three different kind of stitching that you should be aware when you are trying to get a Balmain blazer, because even though the style are pretty much the same for most of the blazer, however the way they stitch it are usually different. I prefer this one that's got a little bit of a tweed look to it, because it does look a little bit classier in terms of tweed, whereas this one looks more like a little bit more casual. However, you can still use this more like a office work kind of style, and this one, it looks more like a party or like an event kind of style. So those are the three differences, and if you do have any questions or comments, please do so in the sections below, and hopefully this video will help you to determine to get to know a little bit more about the Balmain blazer. And once again, thanks so much for watching.